Great book. Great book, don't you think, Buzzy? Indeed. Oh my god! How you doing? It's Elias here. And today I'm going to tell you a bit about British history. You may not know that Britain used to be a part of the European landmass. It is believed that man settled in Britain using the land bridge. About 8,500 years ago, Britain developed into an island when melting ice formed the English Channel, separating the land from the European landmass.
The first settlers were hunters and gatherers who spent much of their lives traveling in search of food. Around 750 before Christ, iron was introduced to Britain, which led the way for the production of durable tools and weapons. In 43 after death, the Roman army crossed the Channel, defeating any resistance from local tribes. The Romans founded Londinium, today known as London, and built military roads throughout the country. Within 10 years, Roman rule had reached far into the territories of England and Wales. The Roman way of life continued in Britain until the 5th century. In 1066, Duke William of Normandy invaded Britain and famously defeated King Harold of England. William of Normandy went to the rule England and Scotland, radically changing the class system and changing the official language to French.
And then he died! And the story continues.
Black Death reached England in 1348 and quickly spread to Wales and Scotland, killing a third of the population by the end of 1350. The pledge re-emerged in Britain until the 17th century, severely affecting the country's economic balance in order to combat the devastating effects of the pledge.
In 1485, Henry Tudor invaded England and defeated Richard III to assume dominance. He then married Elizabeth of York, daughter of Edward IV. In 1603, Elizabeth died. With Elizabeth leaving no successor, James IV, King of Scots, succeeded as James I, making him the first king of Great Britain.
After the death of Queen Anne, George I became king, whose reign saw the development of the function of the Prime Minister. Although the term Prime Minister was not used at the time, Sir Robert Walpole assumed the role typical of a Prime Minister thanks to his success in developing economic.
Victoria became queen in 1837, aged just 18. During her reign, she introduced a number of considerable changes, and the spirit of these changes led to the publishing of the People's Charter. This led out 6 demands, including universal managed suffrage and annual parliamentary elections. The charter was rejected in Parliament, but today 5 out of 6 original demands are firm parts of the British Constitution.
The early 20th century saw advance in science and technology. Among the groundbreaking achievements of this period, the invention of the television by the EMI Marconi Corporation, and founding of the British Broadcasting Company, BBC, the discovering of penicillin by Alexander Fleming, and insights into the structure of the atom, which led to the development of nuclear weapons and energy.
In 1945, the Labour Party won their first general election, going on to form the National Health Service. Many regard as Labour's greatest achievement. Post-war rationing continued, but the era was marked by politic enthusiasm and hope for the future. Since then, Britain has faced a number of economic crises, but survives today as one of the world's leading trade and financial centers, with advanced public services and a thriving economy. And that's the British history complete. Okay guys, we're finished, roll it up.